here today with my nephew, Isaac. Say hi.
Hi.
And we are going to do a holiday version of our, icks. So I had to explain to Isaac what an ick is, and so we have a couple of ideas. So don't ever do these things to your poor family over the holidays. All right, thing number one. My first ick is when you're over at your family's house at the holidays and you just eaten a big meal and you go to the restroom and someone has left a turd floating in the toilet. That's an ick for me. All right, Isaac, your turn. What's your ick?
It's like when we're hanging ornaments, and then it's like when my sisters ask me why I'm not hanging ornaments, and then they're like, "Why? Because you're growing a mustache."
You're like too old for them now. All right, number two ick. When someone buys you something that you don't really want at all, but it's because they want it. They would rather have it. That's an ick. Do you hate that? How about you?
So it's like when Dad is going Christmas shopping for the family, and then he comes home with like something else for himself.
And he doesn't even bring anything home for you guys?
Well, he brings like some stuff.
But he ends up with stuff for himself,
Mm-hmm.
like every time he goes out.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right, my next ick number 3. So how about like when you've invited a friend to hang out with you and you're excited about it, and then they call you the last minute and say, "I don't feel good, so I'm not going to make it," and then you decide to go do something and you see them out on the town riding around with someone else. It's like, you couldn't just tell me the truth. Like, I'd rather do something else with my other friend. That's an ick. Right, what's your next ick? Ick number 3.
So it's like when my little sister is like playing a game with my little brother, and then she's like forcing him to play like her rules.
Her rules?
Yeah, like how she wants the game to be played.
Does she tell him like what to say and everything?
Yes.
Yeah, like when we were kids, I remember like sometimes like one of my sisters used to like tell us what we were supposed to say. Like exactly like what to do. No, don't do it that way. Like say this. And we were like, that's an ick, definitely. Oh, so how about like when you're supposed to make a casserole and you need those like really yummy French's onions that go on the top, the crispy ones, but nobody can find them in the stores. They're like all out. So somebody decides that they're gonna like substitute Funyuns.
Mm-hmm.
It's gross. It's not even close to being as delicious as French's onions. So buy your French's onions ahead of time. That's a lesson to be learned here. How about you, Isaac?
So it's like when my grandma was like, try this new food, and then she like gives it to me, and then I bite into it, and then I don't want to hurt her feelings, so I'm like, yum, but I really hate it.
That is an ick. Okay, so you just had a really big holiday meal, and you're like so full and comfy, and you like wrapped up in your blanket, and you're sitting there in the chair in the recliner, and you're just like enjoying your like sleepy time, and someone in the family is like, "Okay, now we're gonna play this game." I bet you could probably figure out who might do that in our family.
Yeah.
Who do you think it would be?
Maybe like
Telling who it was, because we don't want anybody to get offended. All right. Oh, so I heard you had an ick that had to do with your elves, Pinky and Ellendor. So Pinky and Ellendor like make messes sometimes? Okay, so tell us about that.
Okay, so it's like one time it was like Pinky and Ellendor like made like a huge mess with yarn, and then we like went downstairs, and then we found them immediately because it was like this huge mess, and then they were like sitting right there on like some stuff and smiling, and then it was like, and then they were like, have fun, and I was like, ah, and we had to clean it up, and then it was really just for mommy to have some alone time.
That is so mean. I guess it's actually pretty brilliant, but okay. So those are things you should never ever do to your family over the holidays this year. Thanks, Isaac.